This is it! Hey, Novitsky. Novitsky. Shit. No! There is a train. Hey! There is a train. It leaves the station at 5:15. Come on. And it's direct, that's right. From Union Terminal, right there at Public Square. 5:15. Right. Where does it arrive? Hey, Morris! I need that cover! Here we go! Eat your brother. Grenade on my go. Yeah! Get off!
Boys are coming home, the flags are flying high, and Mom has baked her special apple pie. You hug your girl when you walk through the door. Before you know it, it'll be just like it was before. The band is tuning up to play your favorite song, so like you used to, come and sing along. And there are it'll be just like it was, it'll be just like it was, it'll be just like it was before.
Finally home and finally safe and finally free. Soon it will be just like it was before.
It's like they popped a cork, the books are full again with all the good time girls. So grab your sweetheart tight and take the floor. Before you know it, it'll be just like it was before.
Good Lord, it's Donald Novitsky. How long you been back, soldier?
A couple days. Place looks terrific, Al.
Still the best club in Cleveland. How about my house band, huh?
You need me up there on keys? My chops are better than ever.
A pal of mine is looking for an accordion player for a wedding. You still do that?
Gig's a gig.
I'll tell him. Yep. Something will turn up. The cream always rises to the top.
All these swanky clubs.
It's been far too long.
I own this scene.
It's good to have it back.
I played every
one. Better run with me.
At 17.
The life we left has been here waiting. Isn't that worth celebrating?
Private first class, Donald Novitsky. Donald Novitsky, please.
Before you know it.
Here.
Fill these out, please. Both sides on that one. Signature. There, there, and there. Back to me when you're done.
Yes, ma'am.
It'll be just like it was before.
What division?
37th.
What was that, Solomon Islands?
Yeah, Bougainville.
Shit, that must have been holy hell.
Something like that.
Yeah. When'd you get back?
A couple weeks ago.
Doing cash or college?
No, I need the cash.
Find something quick, pal. I've been to 3 funerals this month. Nobody's talking about it because those guys came back fine a while ago.
What happened?
They wanted a way to make it stop. Find something quick.
Corporal Biding, John Biding.
It'll be just like it was.
Signature there, there. Signature there, there, there.
I'd like a good night's sleep.
Our roster is pretty full, and our patrons come to hear the standards, not original tunes.
Is that too much to ask?
My pal loved you at the wedding. I can toss a few more your way.
I need a shot of whiskey, all's I got's an empty flask.
Before you know it, it'll be just like it was before.
I'll take the slow nights.
But see, we just got a new headliner. Just 18 years old. Babyface. Gals love him.
I'm sure I was playing circles around him when I was 18.
Yeah? Well, you're not 18 now, are you?
Oh, yeah, some of us had a little service to take care of. Maybe you saw something in the papers.
Before you know it,
We're all thankful for your service, but I got nothing for you here.
Come on, I'm dying here. Whole town's giving me the same runaround. Okay, only thing I live for is to play. If I can't play, what's the use of me making it back home?
That's a bit dramatic. You want to try out for the Community Theater Guild? They're down the block.
it'll be just like it was. It'll be just like it was. It'll be just like it was.
That's what they tell me. Why not believe it? They want illusion and they achieve it. We all relive the past and never want to leave it. The world is ending and we're pretending.
It'll be just like it was.
This is Andre Baruch for the American Songbook of Popular Music, brought to you by Bayer Aspirin. NBC Radio and Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer are looking for the next great swing band to write their very own song in honor of our boys in uniform. Yes, it's the American Songbook's tribute to the troops. A winning band from each state will compete in a nationwide broadcast live from the Palace Theater in New York on December 16th to determine who will appear in a spectacular new motion picture musical and be immortalized in Hollywood history.
That's me, to a T. He might as well have said, hey, Donnie, come and get your prize. I could write it in my sleep, but the trick is the delivery. And the difference that I have is I was there. I made it through. Now my number one priority is to put a band together that did too. Every horn and clarinet will be a military vet and be playing with authority. Donald Novitsky, accordion genius, plays weddings at 7 years old. Then the piano, like fish take to water, by 9 its fat's watered down cold. Tunes of my own start to work themselves out. I'm a 12-year-old Irving Berlin. All of that promise and none of the payoff. I'm still playing weddings I take on my day off from bumming around drinking gin. They say cream rises, but what if nobody tastes it? If that cream rises and spoils, it's gonna be wasted. But Donald Novitsky could be Frank Sinatra if someone would give him a break. In fact, I'd be better, 'cause I play piano and he can't read music to fake. Donald Novitsky spent 4 years in battle. I carry the scars when I croon. Frankie Sinatra skipped out on the army, get half the time sings out of tune. He's so flat, my God. They say cream rises, but what if nobody knew it? If that cream rises and rots, then somebody blew it. Donald Novitsky is finally looking at one little crack in the door. Get it to open, and right there behind it is everything I'm working for. Picture Donald Novitsky, the Polish-Italian, crooning his tunes, smoking his stogies, genuine vet of an army battalion, thin-tailored suits if I cut out pierogies. Bobby socks are swoon at my charms, backed up by my brothers in arms. Donald Novitsky knows this is a lifeline, a once-in-a-millennium shot, and I'm gonna take it to aim at my target and hit it with all that I got. Donald Novitsky has strong ammunition, plenty of talent and burning ambition, whose songs are authentic as well. From living through 4 years fires of hell. Donnie needs something to block out the memories, break this insomnia spell. They say cream rises. What if nobody tasted it? If that cream rises spoils, it's gonna be wasted. So make it all worth it and give it a meaning. Going from Cleveland to Hollywood screening. Donald Novitsky, he's gonna win first prize. Donald Novitsky is ready to
How's the house tonight?
Good. Lining up outside already.
And of course Skip's running late. If he wasn't such a good piano player, I swear I would find someone else.
Hiya. I'm looking for Jimmy Campbell.
No, we're not open yet.
Yeah, the back door is. Did you used to play with a cat who went by the name of Rubber?
The drummer.
That's the one.
Maybe a few gigs right out of high school.
Well, you went to the Air Corps.
Navy. What is this? My pianist will be here any minute.
That was Army. I was 37th Infantry. Rubber said you're good.
Listen, I don't mean to be rude. I'm trying to get ready for a show.
You can really swing, huh?
If you wait in line and pay like everyone else,
Tell
you'll
me.
find out.
You know Tell Me Tonight?
What are you smoking?
Wait, do you not know Tell Me Tonight?
Do I not know?
My name's Donnie, and I'm thinking about starting a band. All vets.
I'm getting a law degree. I don't have
Yeah, we'll make it work. Okay, so there is this contest on the radio.
The NBC thing.
Bingo. They just announced the statewide competition. It's going to be held here in Cleveland. We have the hometown advantage. What do you say?
I suppose you'd be the band leader.
Naturally, yeah. So that's a yes?
That's a Jesus Christ, you're relentless.
You're welcome.
Is Rubber on drums?
No, he didn't make it back.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, so do you know any other guys, who served, but young, good-looking, like us?
It's radio. What does it matter?
If we win, we get to be in the movies. Do you know any?
I know a guy. He kicks it on bass. His regular gig is at Oliver's Place. He's better than anyone when he's not high.
Jesus.
He's Army, too.
I'll take my chances.
Then, yep, I can tell ya that I know a guy. Meet me at the Rio Lounge tomorrow night.
He plays at the Rio?
No, he drinks there.
We're ready to open, Jimmy.
Let them all in.
All right, I got another one. A pirate walks into a bar with a ship's steering wheel on the front of his pants.
Yeah.
The bartender says, "Hey, Captain, you got a steering wheel stuck to your crotch."
Yeah.
Pirate says, "Arr, it's driving me nuts." Jimmy, you skinny son of a bitch. What wind blew you hither?
This is Donnie Novitsky.
Hey, pal.
Donnie,
How
meet
are you?
Davey Sladek. Donnie here made it through Solomon Islands.
Well, I'll tickle your catastrophe. Yeah. I liberated Dachau.
Jesus.
Nah. So Jimmy told me about your band idea. I asked around about you. So my cousin marries this Polak, right? Turns out this guy played accordion at her wedding when he was something like, what, 10 years old?
You know the difference between an accordion and Hitler?
Nope.
One perpetrated years of oppression and humiliation on the Polish people. The other is Hitler.
You see, I am not only witty in myself, but the cause that wit is in other men.
I have no idea what you're saying, but I hope it means you're in.
It's Shakespeare, and yeah, that means he's in.
Oh, great. Great. So now all we need are a couple horns and a monster on drums.
I know a guy, his trumpet is hot. A barrel of laughs, though this bastard is not. But maybe we break him between you and I.
Let's do it.
All right. Then get your jokes ready, 'cause I know a guy.
Take it again from bar 4.
God, stop, would ya? What's that note right there?
B flat.
How do you miss a B flat? It's a B flat trumpet.
I'm trying my best, Mr. Radel.
I know. Heartbreaking, isn't it? I'll see you next week. And ask your father if he's got the money to get your teeth fixed. Maybe that'll help.
Jeez, Nick, you trying for Teacher of the Year?
Yep.
Listen, this is the guy who thinks we belong in a band together.
Yeah, who else is on trumpet? I am not playing second.
No, it's just you. Okay, we need a trombone, though.
And a drummer.
He has to have served.
I know a guy, a former Marine. He blows like a champ and his licks are obscene. A bug up his ass, but I'd say worth a try. 'Cause if you want perfect, then I know a guy.
Bobby socks and swoon at my charms. Backed up by my brother in arms. Is it happening? I think it's really happening. I hear it and we're ready to open. Let 'em all in. I am not playing second. Yeah, that means he's in. Finally home and finally safe and finally free.
It's 5 minutes, 2 places, everyone. 5 minutes.
Time to open up the doors. Open up the doors,
I know a guy, he's kind of a mess. He made it back home in one piece, more or less. A genius on drums, on brain matter, shy. But man, you want rhythm, and I know a guy. It's happening. It's all happening. It's all happening.
If you are one of a kind, then yep, I can tell ya that I know a
I know a guy who never gets to be a hero, just some mellow average fellow. To look at you might say read amount to zero, but in combat, there's your top cat when the chips were down. He earned Uncle Sam renown, now he's just returned to our hometown. After such a victory, you'll forgive me, blacking up it out loud. The boys are back, and ain't we such a victory, find us gladly greeting the cheering crowd. The boys are back. Boys are back. The boys are back. The boys are back. You know the boys are back. It ain't a we roaring back. It ain't a we back on track. And ain't we proud.
I am so glad that I decided to play with you
Oh,
guys.
the best decision of your life.
Oh, no. That was hanging on to the steering wheel of my Jeep while it was flipping 3 times. 3 times, I'm telling you.
3 times, huh?
After the shell hit, 3 flips of the Jeep. They had 3 operations on my back. How about that?
That's something, Johnny.
Which reminds me, I can now take my pain pill, but only after the gig, see? Because they slow me down.
How much slower do you get? What, do they put you in reverse? You write a catchy tune, Novitsky?
Catchy enough to win a contest?
Oh, I got more where that came from. Okay, and Hotshot, next time you play a solo, just get down off the ceiling once in a while. Okay, it's all one color. It's selfish.
I don't know how to break this to you. It's a solo. It's selfish by definition.
Yeah, it's out of line.
I can go play with Dwight Anson. He's doing the contest.
Dwight Anson, you survive a POW camp to go play with a hack like that.
You know, there's a fine line between jazz and bad.
Okay, so I'm just saying, you all need to play my groove.
If it ain't on the page, it ain't on the stage.
Or practice makes perfect. Okay, local broadcast is in 3 weeks, so I want to try out a few tunes, see what flies. Joe agreed to let us play a set here Sunday night.
No, I have dinner with my family every Sunday.
It'll be after dinner.
I'm not going out late on a Sunday.
So make it another night.
No! We are booked here for a set Sunday at 9. That's the deal.
In the future, I need more notice. I need a schedule. I got a wife and kids and 3 other standing gigs.
How much is it gonna pay?
When we win this contest, it'll
Tonight
pay
was
more
your
than
only freebie, Private. Every gig I play is food and shoes for my kids.
All right, well, I'll make sure we get something.
Standard rate.
Fine, Sunday. Hell of all the charts.
Sunday.
What day of the week is Sunday?
It's Sunday.
Oh, no, that's fine. I'm not doing anything. Hey, anybody need a lift?
Swing by the Rio?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, kid, try this one. A giraffe walks into a bar and says, "The highballs are on me."
No, I don't get it.
Well, you see, giraffes are really tall.
Right, with the next.
If you're gonna be a band leader, you better learn how to talk to people.
Oh, so now you're gonna pile on too, huh?
I was on the Reed. My ship explodes, I'm in the water with my dead friends. I play to forget that shit, not relive it.
So now you're saying my band's a shipwreck.
Forget it. My class load's too heavy this semester. Find another sax
Okay, just
player.
wait. Okay, Rubber said that you were good enough to go all the way to New York with us someday. What, you just gonna throw that away?
That's kind, but I barely remember the guy.
My best buddy in the 37th. We talked about starting a band when we got back. You know, hitting it big in New York. He made me promise to look in on his wife if anything happened to him. So I'm an asshole because I've been walking past her door. I can't make myself knock. She'll want to know how it happened.
How bad was it?
Bad. Friendly fire.
Don't tell her. Make sure she's okay. You owe him that, but here's some free legal advice. Don't go to trial unless you're prepared to lose. I'll see you Sunday.
Looking ahead to the end of the month, we're happy to announce our Tribute to the Troops contest will be broadcast from the beautiful Ohio Theater. It'll be a special audience to be a part of, as your applause will factor into our judges' decision.
What's the big idea? Aren't you a little old for Ding Dong Ditch?
No, you're Julia.
Do I know you?
No, I recognize you from your picture.
Well, I hope there's no picture of me looking like this. Are you gonna make me yell down the sidewalk, or do you want something?
I'm Donald Novitsky. I was a buddy of Michael's in the 37th.
Who is it?
Just a friend of Michael's, Mom.
I would have called first. I didn't have the number.
I didn't mean to be rude. I'm sorry, I'm a mess. I was baking a cake for church.
I don't want to bother you.
No, it's no bother. He mentioned you a lot in his letters. How did you find me?
Michael gave me the address.
And you're supposed to check in on me.
I'm just awfully sorry.
Well, I'm getting along.
Say, I have some pictures of Michael from when we were over there.
You do?
I didn't think to bring them. Maybe you want to see them sometime.
Sure.
I could come back.
You could come for dinner.
I don't want to impose.
How about Thursday? Say 5:30?
Sure, if you're sure.
I'll see you then.
Did you help Grady with his homework?
Didn't have time.
We have a few bottles of Coca-Cola, or he could have milk. Do you know what he likes to drink? Julia, do you know what he drinks?
I don't know him at all, Ma. I'm late for work.
Was he with Michael when he died?
He didn't say.
Then don't ask him. He'll tell you if he wants to. Remember, your uncle never spoke a word about the First War after he got back. Not for the rest of his life.
So I don't ask questions, he doesn't talk, and we just sit across the table in silence.
Next to baseball, it's the national pastime.
I just want to know what happened.
And what do you think that will get you?
Sleeping through the night, closing a chapter, maybe just getting out the door.
I didn't make you late this time.
You know what I want even more is to be just who I was before.
Pick up ketchup on your way home.
Self-assured, future all secured, that was Julia. Quick to trust, saw the world as just, that was Julia. Full of promise and full of poise. Hardly any of which this shop girl now employs. But I muddle through it, easy smile, avid cinephile, that was Julia. That was Julia. Before being branded a gold star wide. A distinction that's redefining my whole life. Well, it feels like it does. I feel guilty because there are days when I just want to be who I was. Ma, I'm not saying I trade the life that I had with him for a minute. That was once in a lifetime love, and I know I was lucky to win it. And I'm told to be proud. All the newsreels and magazines practically shout it. But I'm never allowed to admit there is nothing remotely heroic about it.
Julia?
And you know I would never be able to say that away from this dining room table. Not a doubt how her life plays out, that was Julia. All the details of who I am made irrelevant with one single telegram. That's what widowhood does. I resent it because there are days when I just want to be momentarily free and happily who I was. I'll get it.
People just don't arrive fashionably late anymore.
Hiya. Boy, you look very nice.
Thank you. Come in. Ma, this is Donnie Novitsky.
How do you do?
June Adams, it is a pleasure to meet you.
Okay, which one of you plays?
Oh, I used to, back in high school. 1876.
You want to try it out?
Yeah, maybe later.
Oh, I hope so. Please. Have a seat at the table. I have to get busy in the kitchen, but I have some deviled eggs you can have as a fancy appetizer. I'll have those out in a jiffy.
Mom's nice.
She works hard at it.
Yeah. And your dad?
Oh, he's traveling for work, a salesman.
Oh, what's he sell?
Frigidaires, of all things.
Must be hard to lug around. Michael talked about you working at Halle Brothers department store.
At the cosmetics counter.
Ah, and you sing.
Oh, I confine my singing to solos in church these days.
Oh, I'd like to hear you.
Well, unless you find yourself at Our Lady of Mercy this Sunday, that's pretty unlikely.
Wow, Mom? Yes. The top of the paprika shaker fell off. And like they say, you can't put the genie back in the bottle, so... I am so sorry.
No. Okay.
I am so embarrassed. Your mom is probably a gourmet cook.
No, my mom passed when I was 13.
I'm sorry.
No, I haven't had a good home-cooked meal, and I don't know how long. I'm very grateful for this. Yeah, so I have these photos. Maybe we should wait till after dinner.
No, let's look now. It's fine.
I was in boot camp when we met. That picture's in Fiji. It's right after we landed. I had a tan about 10 minutes off the boat because I'm half Italian. But he was full Polish, so he was a boiled lobster.
It happened every summer.
This is a patrol.
I'm sorry.
Why don't I let you go through these later?
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
I see you wrote Michael on these. Is that what you called him?
We had a nickname for him.
Rubber?
That's the one.
He had it since high school, and I got really good at the jokes.
Well, I guess that's what you get with a last name like Trojan. Oh.
Exactly.
All righty then, dinner is almost ready. Julia, oh, you didn't touch the eggs.
We'll have them with dinner, Mom.
Oh, okay.
Were you there?
Where?
Bougainville Island, when he died.
Yeah.
I hate deviled eggs. Be sure to tell my mom you like the roast, even if you don't. It's her specialty.
You did not tell me you get to do the big finale.
What are you doing here?
Well, he's here now, and the choir could sure use a tenor under 60.
No, your daughter's voice, oh, it's beautiful. It's really high.
I can't keep a single wine glass in the house.
Mom!
She just said it.
Do you sing swing?
I used to.
Well, listen, I put this band together, and we're playing a set tonight at the Blue Wisp. I was wondering if you'd come by to hear us.
Oh, tonight? Yeah. I have to work early tomorrow.
Oh, it's one set. 9 o'clock. You'll be home by 10. Promise. What do you say?
The Blue Wisp.
Yeah, on Superior and West 3rd.
9 o'clock?
Half-hour set.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Before you know it, it'll be just like it was before.
I think your dress looks great, as I am sure he'll say. I know it's not a date, so don't you look at me that way. You just deserve a break from staying home with me all day. I got the radio and most to read, I'll be okay. I got 100 hands of solitaire that I can play. And if you're still out late, I'll teach myself to knit crochet.
It's time for the party to start.
Before you know it,
it'll be just like it was before.
And before we go, folks, there is a young gal here tonight with a spectacular set of pipes, and I was hoping to have her sing something.
Donnie, no!
What are you doing? You didn't say anything about this. What are we supposed to play?
How about a standard? Something everybody knows. That's why they're called standards, right, Wayne? Yeah?
Donnie,
Come on, give her a hand, folks! Yeah, come on up! Julia Trojan! Come on, how about First Steps? You could do that, right?
I guess I can try it.
What key?
We'll put it in C, guys.
Wait, I gotta transpose.
2, 3, and...
Pardon my brashness, dear, seeing you standing here. Dancing's more customary for a soiree. Isn't the band sublime? And as it happens, I'm just in the mood to do a two-step out on the floor with me. I knew here too, you see, might you be charmingly coerced. No need to be so shy, take reassurance. I know how to guide you through the worst steps, first steps first.
I don't remember the bridge.
She doesn't remember the bridge. It's all right. Why be all alone when
I'm sorry.
Wait,
this was
wait,
a bad
no,
idea.
wait. It's my fault. The tempo's all wrong.
I don't know.
Yeah, it is. Okay, Davey, kick it up.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. From the bridge. Why be all alone? You got it. Why be all alone
when music calls?
Now we're cooking, huh?
I have nothing more or less to prove.
She is terrific!
But unless we want a party full of flowers on the walls, someone has to make the very first move. Starting is daunting, true. Trusting in something new. Fearful your luck will be reversed. Your luck will be reversed, but I have a feeling I've steady you if you try. Soon you'll be dancing through rehearsed steps, first steps, first. Ba-ba-doo-da-da. First steps first. First steps first.
Wasn't she great, folks? I can't believe you put me on the spot like that.
Let's take a table.
That
okay?
is not an apology.
Well, hey, admit it. You're glad I got you up there.
That's
right?
not an apology either.
Yeah. Come here, fellas. Come here. You can officially meet Julia. This is Davey Zlatic.
Oh, how do you do?
Can we get you a drink?
Oh, I hardly ever drink.
You want to trade livers?
Jimmy Campbell.
So glad you came.
Johnny Simpson. Nick Radel.
Great chops, miss. You should really sing pro.
Oh, best I could hope for is to teach the kids' choir at church.
Don't teach.
And here comes Lieutenant Wayne Wright. Now watch, he won't shake your hand because he'd have to wash his own 10 times after.
Ma'am, sorry to bow out, but I should be heading home. Good evening, everyone.
Family?
Yes, ma'am.
Kids?
Emily and Grady.
Well, they have a very talented father. It was nice to meet you.
What was your last name again?
Trojan. Go ahead, fill in your own joke.
Oh, no, I'm only asking. You see, I have trouble remembering things. You see, a shell hit my Jeep and it flipped 3 times. 3 times, I'm telling you.
My goodness.
Well, see, no, I remember whole songs just listening to them once, you know, but other stuff, weeks at a time, nothing. But the way I see it, I'm one of the lucky ones.
You certainly are. You made it back home.
No, lucky I don't remember.
Hey, Jay! I am going to change my name to Donnie Nova. Tonight's the last time that we are introduced with my old polka name. And from now on, we are the Donnie Nova Band. What do you say?
I could see that on a marquee.
You are darn right. Every marquee from coast to coast. Right, because we know, fellas, don't we? We know. It can be all over like that.
1 minute you're there, next minute you're not.
And that is why we gotta win. Make the most of it. Because the guys who didn't make it back, they got nothing.
Like Michael.
But no, not Michael.
Excuse me, fellas, it's late, and I have to work in the morning.
No, Julia,
No,
Michael's
you were all
obviously- no,
swell
whatever.
tonight.
Hey,
A real
hey,
pleasure
don't
to sing
go,
with
don't
you.
go. I'm sorry.
Look,
Okay,
nice to meet all of you. Break a leg.
Who the hell's Michael?
You say one ugly thing and I'll rip your face off.
I was gonna say you found a winner, but you can go to hell.
I was gonna say the same thing, Donnie. She should sing with us. Harmonies, duets, maybe.
Yeah, but she's not a vet. There goes your gimmick.
She has every right to be in the band.
Michael was her husband. He's my best friend in the 37th. He didn't make it.
It'll be just like it was.
Why be all alone when music calls? I have nothing more or less to prove. But unless we want a party full of flowers on the walls, someone has to make the very first move.
Hiya.
I suppose I shouldn't be surprised.
I wanted to catch you before the store opened.
I have to get in there. I'll be late.
I've been waiting for 2 hours.
Parents warn their kids about people like you.
Listen, I'm awfully sorry about last night.
You did your good deed. You checked in on me. I'm fine. Time served.
The guys really loved you. I want you to come sing backup with the band.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Well, Davey says he can get us a gig at Oliver's nightclub. That's a really classic
You're looking
place.
for window dressing. That department is on the 6th floor.
Oh, a wisecracker. Well, you might be watching too many pictures.
Well, enough to know not to get myself in a no-win situation.
Like walking in there every day to wait on a bunch of rich old ladies?
I don't need to be rescued.
What if I do? Starting is daunting, true. Trusting in something new. Fearful your luck will be reversed. Come to a rehearsal tonight. If it doesn't work out, you'll never see my face again. But if it does, it'll be a heck of a lot more exciting than singing a solo in church.
All right, I'll give it a try, but there are a lot of things I want to know about Michael.
First steps first.
No, you've got a mistake in the voicing.
Where?
Bar 74, the chord's coming off the bridge. I should be on the 5th. Move everyone else up.
No, it's fine.
Trombone on the 3rd in that register is breaking rule number 1 of arrangement.
Then I'm breaking the rule, Wayne. Relax, this guy won't fall.
Put a mute in it, Wayne.
Stop touching my stuff with your sweaty hands.
What germs can survive in my sweat? It's 40 proof.
Come on, hey, come on. Can we do those bars? Everyone? 1, 2, 3, 4.
So just breathe through the instrument, breathe through the end of the phrase, and as everyone plays, it gets easier.
Good. Watch out, I'm proud and tall. You're making it minor. Should be major. You're doing proud and tall, and it should be proud and tall.
Proud and tall.
Again.
Proud and tall.
With me. Proud and tall. That's it.
I got it. Disaster averted. That's why I chose the bass. Holds me up when I'm half crocked.
We're gonna break soon. How about a pot of coffee?
Hey, when you guys play those stabs at the end, we jump on that syncopation more. Make the fall off bigger.
They should have choreography there. Hornography, right? What are you talking?
I hear Nick gives lessons.
Piss off!
Nick.
Stop!
It's a good thing you're one of the best, because putting up with you is an endurance test.
But I know that all this is worth all the sweat,
Because when we're named the winners, we will finally get to have
order out of chaos
and money to burn.
No more need for teaching.
The promised return to life the way it was. And we can have this all because I look to my left and look to my right and see other guys who fight the same fight. And during those few short hours a day, the noise in my head goes away. And I breathe through the instrument, breathe through the end of the phrase. And as everyone plays, it gets
up the beat, kick up the band, ticker tape in the street. Take to the floor now, don't be discreet. So to cut loose, go and grab some tweet. Cause you deserve it. Go out and have a ball, cause you deserve it. Don't let the rhythm talk, cause when you got the call, deserve proud as tall, and you deserve it. Don't need a reason, don't need a rhyme. Just gotta swing, have a heck of a time. Acts like tomorrow ain't gonna come. Cause when it goes, man, it's only for some. Cause you deserve it. Go out and have it all, cause you deserve it. Don't let the rhythm talk, cause when you got the call, deserve proud as tall, and you deserve it. How about a big parade? You paid the dues and we owe it to you. And now you got it back. So take your pearl, I'm a girl on a whirl and a twirl till her toes go. Girl singing hallelujah.
I look to my left and look to my right and see other guys who fight the same fight. I'm feeling the rush, I'm feeling the high. I'm feeling the rules don't apply. You deserve it, you deserve it, you deserve it, you deserve it. When you got the call, you should have had it all. You deserve it, you deserve it, deserve it, yeah. You got the call, you should have had it all. You deserve it.
you remember that you heard them here at Oliver's before they hit the big time.
Crowd sure love the two of you.
Oh, thank you. Now, how about two Manhattans?
Oh, why not? Hey, I even remembered the bridge.
Well, you did more than that. You knocked it out of the ballpark. It feels fantastic, doesn't it?
It sure does.
Hey, Dottie.
Yes, sir.
Say, Private, that was aces. Can you do tomorrow night?
I'd have to ask the guys. It'd be the same set.
Okay, well, the same set's fine. Ask the guys. Let me know. Bob, those drinks are on the house. Have a good night, folks.
Thank you, Oliver.
Thank you.
How about that?
It was You Deserve It that did it. They like that one the best.
Oh, it's got a real Duke Ellington flavor. But those surprise chords are a little Stan Kenton.
How do you know about Stan Kenton?
Michael's record collection.
I should have guessed. Let's say, speaking of Michael.
Yes?
Well, you gotta admit that Donnie Nova has a terrific ring to it. And so I was thinking...
I married Michael Trojan. My name is Julia Trojan.
Naturally. But what if you used your maiden name, Julia Adams? It sounds made for the picture.
I'm not gonna change who I am.
It might be a distraction to some people.
If it's a distraction, it's because they're 12-year-old boys. I've learned to live with that.
But wouldn't it be great if
Look,
you could
please,
see Nova?
Don't push me.
Julia. Julia, hey, okay. Just think of all the record sales with our names up on top. Hey, there's no reason to get upset.
Not here.
I'm just saying, think about it up on the marquee. The Donnie Nova Band featuring Julia Adams.
Michael's buried in some place called Manila. I'll never get to Manila. I never got to say goodbye. A lot of things just vanished with no explanation, and I want to know how his hands were folded in the casket, if his uniform was pressed, if his hair was combed right, a million things that keep me up at night, and I don't need anything else erased. Certainly not his name.
Trust me, you don't ever want to see Manila.
I just want answers. Look, it's the Donnie Nova Band featuring Julia Trojan. That's the deal. Take it or leave it.
Deal.
Let's go tell the guys we got another gig. And then you can walk me home, Donnie Nova.
So I says to him, I survived mustard gas and pepper spray. I guess that makes me a seasoned veteran. I'm okay. This is me, Julia. As much as I know you'd like to, I can take myself to bed.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Wait, what if he's like this on game day? It doesn't even show at all.
I think you got bigger problems.
Is that so?
You really think You Deserve It as a winner?
It's a solid blues structure, good hook. Can't go wrong with that.
I think Dwight Anson might have a better song.
How do you know what kind of song Dwight Anson's got?
There's no rule against a sideman playing with more than one band.
I got that rule.
Look, I want to play with you and the guys, but I need to win. Teaching barely covers my rent.
You would do this to your brothers.
Careful, buddy. You don't get to judge.
I will knock your goddamn teeth out.
Donnie,
Hey, see how well you play for Dwight Anson now.
Stop, please. Just walk me home.
Show's in a week. I'll be on the bandstand with the best song.
Walk me home, Donnie. Come on.
There's a train. It leaves the station at 5:15.
But that was rubber. He always said, you wait. When we make it big, we are taking the train straight to New York. 5:15 to Grand Central. First class, all the way. And when we win the state broadcast, I bet that's exactly how they're gonna send us. The Cleveland Limited.
I bet so.
Who the hell am I kidding? We're up against huge big bands. Okay, we're barely a combo. One of them's going AWOL. One of them's gonna fall off the bandstand. Michael would have done it better. All of it.
It's here somewhere. Listen. When I was young, I had no need for compass or for guide. A starry chart of instinct was imprinted here inside. And unaware that days of doubt and loss would soon begin, the
One true course to follow was the one I found within. What's that, Shakespeare? Or did Davy give that to you?
Neither bard nor beard. It's me, silly.
You really wrote that?
They're just little poems, but writing them helps me get through it all.
Let me see.
Absolutely not. They are private.
Is it a diary or poems?
Well, just poems.
Okay, then what's the big deal? Oh, I'll return it in the morning. Come on, I'm a guy in need of inspiration.
You'll make fun of them.
I won't. Maybe. No, I won't, trust me.
Okay, don't stay up all night reading them. Get some sleep.
Gave up on that a long time ago.
And I won't deny when I lost him, it broke my soul. Did I just take a step towards somehow being whole? Closer to who I was.
Just read it down with me.
Once upon a time, I would wake beside a man who would make me feel like nothing could take him from me.
It's really good, Julia.
It's a little overwhelming.
Here, look, the stanza here, it becomes the bridge, see? It's almost like a Gershwin song, you know?
Gershwin's got nothing on you. But then he's dead, so there's that.
I don't know what to say.
Say that this can be our song for the contest.
No, but we have a song. You deserve it. And your lyrics are perfect.
My lyrics are snappy. They're for kicks. You have honesty. You have sensitivity. You have...
lady parts.
Maybe that's it. Whatever it is, this song is better.
No, the contest is in a few days.
Wayne, we need Nick on the bandstand with us. He'll know this one's a winner. Come on. I'll have all the charts finished by tomorrow. Okay, I'll stay up all night. I'm good at that.
It's not about the troops, Donnie.
The hell it isn't. It's your story. What better tribute to the troops?
It's a solo for a woman. You wouldn't even get to sing.
It's the Donnie Nova Band featuring Julia Trojan. Yeah, that was the deal.
Singing about Michael. Doesn't that just beat all?
I think it will. This song will get us to New York. Everything hangs on New York.
And it looks like we got our song.
may have just been sewn up. Ooh. Once again, this is Jean Ann Ryan, your host for tonight's broadcast, brought to you by Bear Aspirin, just in time for the holidays. Ho, ho, ho. Our last contestants are 6 of our boys just home from the war and a young lady whose husband gave his life in the Pacific. With a song for all the Gold Star women out there, the Donnie Nova Band featuring Julia Trojan.
Once upon a time, I would wake beside a man who would make me feel like nothing could take him from me. Once I thought forever was real. I thought my life was ideal. I thought that nothing could steal it, you see. Once I learned how wrong I had been, that sometimes dreams can cave in, and what then? Once I learned the hard way, faith in ever after was done, and I gave up ever wondering when love will come and find me again. And it's almost like time has stood still, like a lifetime iced under a frost, and I close eyes warm from the chill. Although I know how much I've lost, trouble is the more you deny, the more you don't even try, the more the world passes by in a haze. Soon you find you don't even know how many years you let go. The chance is wasted in so many ways. Lately I've been thinking it's time to take a look at what I'm doing then. Clinging to if only. Heaven knows there's more than one man, and maybe I should be planning for when love will come and find me again. Letting go of what might have been and letting something else in. Only then love will come and find me. Judge's momentous decision. Thank you, Roger. The winning song that will represent the great state of Ohio is Love Will Come and Find Me Again, the Donnie Nova Band!
Oh, yes. Gosh, this is going to change every one of our lives. For all of us vets out there, we appreciate this more than we can say. Julia.
Well, this is certainly more exciting than singing the solo in church. Thank you so much. Thank you.
On behalf of everyone here at the beautiful Ohio Theater on the Rive Gauche of Lake Erie, congratulations and good night, one and all.
Off the air, that's Thank you all. Thank you, audience.
Bring in the house curtain.
Well done, Gene.
Oh, such an honor, Roger.
Bobby, can you come take their picture, please? All right, fellas, get together there. That's it. Closer. All right, here we go. Big smiles. Perfect. Mr. Nova, congratulations. I'm Roger Cohen, producer. Let me go over a few things with you right away.
Yes, sir.
These are the papers that explain everything that will happen in New York, rules, time restrictions, so forth. Two things are most important. The broadcast is on Sunday, December 16th. But there's a preliminary off-air on Wednesday the 12th to determine which bands will make the broadcast.
A preliminary? Wasn't this the preliminary for New York?
Well, it's only a 2-hour program, Mr. Nova.
Wait a minute, I thought...
Sweetie. Furthermore, you're responsible for travel and accommodation expenses for any and all personnel, whether on air or support staff.
We have to pay for everything.
Yes.
Sir, even if we go cheap, that's going to cost close to $1,000. We don't have that kind of money.
Nobody does. Who can afford that?
Only enough bands to make a 2-hour program.
Well, that's hilarious, Jack Benny, but the punchline is we can't go.
Listen, the public believes all 48 states are being represented here. That's just not what you're selling.
What are you, the legal?
As a matter of fact, I'm getting a law degree
No.
right now.
What we're selling here is Bayer aspirin, in case you didn't notice.
I fought Hitler so you can sell aspirin?
This isn't about you.
It's American Songbook's tribute to the troops, sir. We are the troops.
Actually, you're just a contestant, and you have until Friday, November 16th, to call NBC and confirm or forfeit your appearance.
We should at least be entitled to travel.
What you think you're entitled to may not be compatible with broadcasting a nationwide music contest with enough time to sell.
Bayer fucking aspirin.
Watch it, pal. Look, if you're not happy with this opportunity we're handing you, we'll give it to the runner-up. New York won't know the difference.
Everyone just heard us win.
Who? A couple folks in Cleveland? Come on, kid. Rule number 1, if no one saw it, it didn't happen.
So, if by some miracle we raise enough money in time, we gotta call you to tell you we're gonna pay our own way, put ourselves up, and then we still gotta audition with no guarantee we'll even be on the broad. Don't touch me!
I don't make the rules.
Well, who does? Because maybe they take suggestions. Like throwing us out of plane, see how many of us make it parachuting in, or a 3-day march. Hey, it's winter, so we lose a few toes.
We don't ask for much, we dig our own latrines.
They only clean water.
What's a little dysentery between friends?
You remember that, right? Because you were there, right?
Or were you in your fucking corner office?
This copy is yours. Again, congratulations. It's a swell tune.
How many bottles will it take to make this one go away?
I can think of something quicker. It never ends.
There is a train. It leaves the station at 5:15, and it's direct from Union Terminal right there at Public Square. 5:15, and where does it arrive? At Grand Central Station. The Cleveland Limited of New York Central Railroad has first-class Pullman cars for big-time movie stars, and we're gonna take one. I see it all. The leather seat, the steak we'll eat, and then that train conductor's call will say right this way, we've reserved this just for you. You've been waiting for this day. It's the least that we can do. Let me take your bags, my friend. You've been carrying those far too long. Troubled times are at an end, and we're waiting to hear your song. It's a privilege, sir, may I say, right this way. And in Times Square, the Hotel Astor stands 11 stories high, a first-class grand hotel. The lobby's in a movie that I saw last month as well, with Garland and Walker. And on the top, a rooftop garden with a bandstand in the sky. Cream of the crop, where Dorsey swings and Ella sings, and I swear someday so will I. They'll say right this way, we've reserved this just for you.
You've been waiting for this day. It's the least that we can do. You've arrived at last, my friend. You've been fighting for far too long. After bunks on cargo ships, and after trenches in the rain, and after running for cover while dodging the flak, and 3 years and 8 months to fight my way back, and losing my faith, lost in my ass. I think that we are entitled to travel first class. Don't you?
How?
Whatever gigs, whatever dates, whatever bookings we can get, we take them all. If there's a club in town where we can play a set, we are not finished yet.
There's liquor dives,
party rooms,
and VA halls like that.
Right!
We fight for ourselves now,
and all of the wrongs will be made right this way.
Right this way.
Right this way.
After all that we've been through,
what we've been through,
we've been waiting for this day.
You know who tells me I don't think so? You know who tells me no? Nobody.
You know who tells me wait?
You know who tells me that ain't so great?
You know who tells me wait?
Nobody.
So get out of my way, especially if you don't have something nicer to say. Go try to break someone other. Go find yourself someone else to smother.
You know who tells me slow? You know who tells me that's a no-go? You know who tells me slow? Nobody.
You know who tells me quit?
You know who tells me you ain't worth spit?
You know who tells me quit?
Nobody. So get out of my way. Find somebody else who gives a pig what you say. Go kiss and find someone else.
Now, I have already started the intro chords, right? And Rubber's at the drums. And he looks out at all these troops, and he knows they need something to pick them up, right? Not a sappy ballad. So he starts taking off on the drums. And I look at him, and he says faster. Bumps it up again, says faster. Kicks it up again, right? And he yells, now sing. So I start singing like my life depends on it, right? And it's not a love song anymore. Oh, no. It is a, I don't know, it's a battle call or something. I swear he turned that camp into the bandstand on the top of the New Amsterdam.
That must have been something.
Say, when's your father back in town? It'd be nice to put him on a guest list. Maybe the big booth at the pavilion.
I'll check. Where do we stand on the Help Sell Bayer Aspirin Fund?
The Pullman train car tickets for all of us and the rooms at the Astor for that long. It's gonna run $2,200. We only got 3 gigs lined up this week.
We're gonna need at least 5 or 6 a week to make it.
I went down to my dad's old factory yesterday to see if I could pick up a few hours.
That's a terrific idea.
Except all those fellas see me on stage. They think I'm really something. And then they see me working down there on the line with them.
Those fellas think you're something because you're one of them.
Yeah.
Cleveland's own. I got a theory. When you are from Lake Erie, you're better than the average Joe.
Though buried in snow.
It's time to let the whole world know.
I got a theory.
It takes a place this dreary to give a guy the right amount
of drive to surmount.
It's time to tell the world we count.
Are we onto something?
Yeah, keep writing. With this one, we might get more gigs than we need.
I got a theory. When you are from Lake Erie, you're better than the average Joe. Though buried in snow, it's time to let the whole world know.
The Alcoran Shriners welcome the Donnie Nova Band.
I'm gonna get my band that plays.
I got a theory. It takes a place that's dreary to give a guy the right amount of drive to surmount. It's time to tell the world we count.
I just heard an old friend from Chicago is in the band that won for Illinois.
Oh, yeah, they gonna go?
Hell yeah, he's loaded. We're still nowhere near.
We still got time.
Say, aren't you running late? I know how your wife falls to pieces if you're off your schedule.
Well, that's the thing. I guess she fell to pieces because of my schedule. I forget they're not my troops. You can't run a household like you run a platoon. I've been staying at the Hotel Euclid the past week.
Shit, Lieutenant, I'm sorry to hear
Give me
that.
a break. You're loving this.
Get your things and come to my place.
No, I'm staying at the
Consider that in order, you screwy nutcase. You keep things spotless, right?
What do you think?
I think I just got a live-in maid.
When John D., that old Rockefeller, first set foot on Cleveland soil, no one thought he was anything stellar. Then he struck it with standardized oil. Begins to start aroma.
How about today's plain dealer? Full page ad. Let me see. For faster pain relief, the Donnie Nova Band demands genuine Bayer aspirin.
That's the picture they took at the contest.
You know, I forget a lot of stuff, but I think I'd remember getting paid for that.
And without our permission. That's irksome.
No, that's shitty. Irksome is your use of the word irksome.
We're scrounging for every penny.
We've got, what, not even half the money raised? Donnie, what? Is there a plan B? Greyhound bus, stay at the Y?
Not if I can help
But
it.
with no on-air guarantee, why spend the money? What about driving?
Driving to New York in the winter. Do you know what it's like to have a car flip
3
through
times,
time?
Johnny. Yeah, we know.
So, you getting ready for the big trip next month?
Sure thing.
Well, I sure hope that the weather doesn't make getting there tough.
No, NBC is sending us on the Cleveland Limited Pullman cars.
That's right.
Well, geez, how about that? That must be costing them a fortune.
It's the least they could do.
Huh. Well, that is good to know. Say, well, you know what? I had a band cancel on me. Can I book you guys again for tomorrow night? I know it's last minute, but you'd be saving my butt. How about I toss in an extra 50?
Guys?
You know what? I'm really in a bind. Make it an extra 75.
I suppose...
Wow, you drive a hard bargain, kid. 100 extra. That's the best I can do. Help a guy out.
Yeah, sure thing. Yeah, we could do that for you, Oliver. Tomorrow night.
That is swell. Hey, break a leg tonight.
Johnny, what's that bring the total to?
It's $936.78.
How do you do that?
I have no idea. When Bob Hope was only called Lester, a busker in old Luna Park, who'd have guessed that poor little jester in the movies would make such a mark?
Cleveland's creme de la creme, taking New York by storm in just 3 weeks.
Oh, hello, Joe. It's Oliver. Now listen, I need your help with something. It's about the Donnie Nova band.
Al, it's Joe. Oliver called. Now don't give me any of your crap. You're gonna help me out with the Donnie Nova band.
I got a theory that people from Lake Erie have plenty more to brag about. There's talent no doubt. It's time to let the secret out.
You just sang a very nice set, my dear. Hey, buddy. Whiskey?
Coming right up, Mr. Sladek.
Ever thought of giving up the bottle?
Nope.
Come on, just for a week. What do you say?
Listen. I am not suffering from what some people call alcoholism. I'm loving every minute of it.
I'm being serious.
Julia, I know. I know there's not enough whiskey in the world to wash away what I saw in those camps, but I owe it to myself to try. And let that suffice, most forcible, feeble. Thanks, bud.
Cleveland's finest, back at the pavilion.
From the blue wisp to the big time.
Back by popular demand, the Donnie Nova band.
I want to hear my favorite song.
United Olivers, you know who.
I want to hear my band that beats. I got a theory, you get a little weary. People jumping on this town. It's true that the
Winners are endless.
The lake is polluted.
The ball team is losing.
Sewer's exploding.
The mob is returning.
The river's on fire again. Nothing's gonna keep us down.
The fancy accents on the east side of Manhattan.
What we ain't mad about, we couldn't find a way to flatten.
The Vanderbilts may summer at the spot in Saratoga.
And nothing beats the waters of the flaming Cuyahoga.
I got a theory, if God above can hear me, swinging to these tunes of ours. Break out the cigars. 'Cause Cleveland's got some brand new stars.
We love you, Cleveland!
Well, it turned colder, huh?
Yeah, the streetcar will be here soon.
Say, have you told your boss you need that week off from work yet?
Oh, yes.
He's okay with it?
Sure, it just means I'll no longer be working there.
What are you talking about?
He said I had to make a choice between taking time off and the security of my
No,
position.
Julia.
Look,
No.
everything happens for a reason. I'll grab all the overtime I can, and as many lipsticks as I can fit in my unmentionables on my way out.
Yeah. Well, when we win this thing, you won't need that lousy job anyway.
What if we don't even make it on the program?
We will.
But what if we don't win?
We will.
Yeah, but what if we don't?
Then I guess you can sell Frigidaires with your father.
My father doesn't sell Frigidaires.
Go on.
He sells insurance and lives in an apartment with his secretary about maybe 6 blocks down that way.
I don't know what to say.
You don't have to say anything. I just wanted to be honest.
Thanks.
I want you to be honest.
About what?
You said you were there. I'm tired of waiting. I want to know.
He died, Julia. What else is there to say?
Everything. Was it quick? Did he suffer? Was he trying to save someone?
Stop it. You don't want to know.
For a year and a half, it's all I've wanted to know. Was he scared? What was the last thing he said? Were his eyes open?
There were no eyes! Jesus Christ, Julie! It's not like the movies. Okay, it's just not like the movies. There was no face, no hands to fold, there's no hair to comb. Just stop it.
I am still waiting.
Hill 700 was this big hill that we had to keep from the Japs. Okay, Michael and I were in a trench on the side of the hill, going on 3 days without sleep. There were these pillboxes above us, these bunkers. They were just fired down. We were trapped. So that night it starts raining. And Michael says, one way or another, we got to try to make some headway. We got to toss some grenades, make a run at them, or fall back. Okay, so Michael throws first, and it must have gotten pretty close because they started firing down again. It's dark. They're firing. It's raining, and I have my grenade in my hand, and I pull the pin, and the grenade drops right into the mud. I know the spoon's released now, and I start reaching for it, and I can't see it. And Michael's reaching around down there. He's trying to grab it, and I say, get out. No, I jump out, and I roll down the hill. And I know he has to be behind me.
Donnie,
he has to be, because I said, get out. And I rolled into a foxhole, and I felt it go up. And he wasn't next to me where I thought he'd be. So I climbed back up there. It was just black. You know, I sat in that pit all night, and I tried to keep the rain from washing things away and getting in the mud. Julia, wait. Julia. I'm sorry.
Donnie, just go home. For God's sake, go home, Donnie.
I don't know how much longer we can wait. The guests were told you begin at 7, and it's already 7:15.
Table 4 just sent back the chicken.
Another bus went by and she wasn't on it.
Mr. Nova, we have a full house tonight.
Can I use your phone?
Certainly. Now you'll open with Love Will Come and Find Me, the contest song,
No,
right?
we like to save that one for the end to remind people to listen for the big broadcast coming up.
Well, if they're not all asleep by then. It's really getting late.
Plaza 72638.
Then
please.
it's fine. We'll open with Love Will Come and Find Me. It's fine.
Hello?
Mrs. Adams.
Yes.
Hi, it's Donald Novitsky. Is Julia there?
Well, you see...
We're supposed to go on at Lakewood Supper Club.
20
right?
minutes ago.
Is she on her way?
I am so sorry, Donnie. She has come down with a terrible, well, she is very sick. It came on
Is she
suddenly.
there?
Yeah, she wanted to call, but we didn't have the number for the new club, you see?
Let me speak to her.
No. She really can't get out of bed, dear. I am so sorry.
Mrs. Adams,
She'll
we're not
call
gonna-
when she's better. I'll make sure of it.
All right, then.
All right. Goodbye.
Let's just play the gig.
And Mrs. Trojan?
She's ill. I'll be singing everything tonight. Let's go, fellas.
Hey, is she out? What's this mean for New York?
Are we not gonna go? Does this mean that we can't go?
Your father used to have people do that to me. Call and lie for him.
I'm sorry.
As bad as what you or I have been through, it is nothing compared to what he has. He made a promise to Michael to look after you. He kept his promise. You made a promise to that band to show up and sing. Your father probably told me the truth only once in our marriage. He said shit happens. The trick is not to step in it. And if you do, for God's sakes, June, don't just stand there.
It was his fault, Ma. He's here and Michael isn't, and it's his fault. I want to believe everything happens for a reason.
No. Everything happens, just that. Everything happens. An event or a death, a catastrophe. Any reason as to why is a reason you supply. It just happens. Everything happens. It's not fate, no great plan. It's not destiny. Putting faith in that cliche gives your own free will away. When things happen, and they will happen, you can waste your whole damn life assigning bits of philosophic meaning to the failures and misfortunes intervening. And I'll tell you what you get, just a lifetime of regret. No, there is no reason for why everything happens. It's the changing of a season. It's a fact, and it's a constant. And the only sane response is to adjust. Not to wish it hadn't happened when it must. Now the church will tell you one thing, and your friends perhaps another. But if I were you, I'd listen to your slightly dotty mother, who lost out on her own fair share of good times and of laughter. Listen, what matters when things happen is what happens after.
Resignation?
It's a poem to you and the guys. There's so much that I didn't see. I am so sorry.
You don't have to apologize.
Neither do you. We both know who you're raising this money for. We won't have enough to go the way you and Michael dreamed, but that's okay. We can take the bus and stay who cares where.
I'm letting him down.
You know how Michael and I met? First day of rehearsal for our high school production of Desert Song. I was sulking in the back because I didn't get the lead. He plops down next to me and he says, "Don't sing because you need to get the lead. Sing because you just need to sing." And then he says, "The girl who got the lead stuffs her bra with so much Kleenex, one cigarette ash, she'll go up like the Hindenburg." That's the Michael I knew. Sing because you just need to sing.
Anyone heard from Donnie?
Rehearsal's still on for tonight.
We can rehearse all we want. What's the point without Julia?
She's fine. Just a 24-hour bug.
I think they both have something you don't get over in 24 hours.
A lot of landmines there.
We gotta worry about our next gig falling apart every time they have a spat.
You're a selfish bastard, you know that? They deserve all the happiness in the world.
What is it with you Marines? You always gotta be better than the rest of us? Jesus, it's annoying. And stop picking up my clothes. If I want them in the drawer, I'd put them in the drawer.
Nick learned to survive means you never trust. Once you've seen the worst in man, then how do you adjust? And I stand here helpless, my arms extended, knowing full well, darling, your war's not ended. Welcome home, my boys. Welcome home, my sons. Welcome home, my husband. Welcome home, my love. Welcome home. Welcome home. Welcome.
The chorus. It's a variation on taps.
You didn't have to set it to music.
It just came to me.
I love it, Donnie, but we can't.
I know. No one would sit still for this.
It wasn't meant for the bandstand. It's about you and the guys. No apologies.
But play this in public?
It'll be the last time we get a booking. We're playing the VA Hall tomorrow. Maybe I could rewrite the words. Make it a love song, something for them. It's still Welcome Home, but a girl to her fella.
Home from the war.
Exactly.
Yeah, she's at the door.
Yes, and he's coming down the street.
Like if Michael had.
Well, maybe I'll write it like it might have been.
I think you should. It's our last gig before we have to hitchhike to New York. So, it'll be perfect.
Better put on some coffee. It's gonna be a long night. Any number of ways for this to go. Funny thing about it is they say, write what you know. Girl can meet her boy, it's as simple as, can she come to terms with what she had and what she has? And I stand here breathless, my mind still weighing what my choices might be, and yet I'm saying
next week.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. You make us all real proud.
We'll all be listening. Yeah.
I gotta tell you, folks, when you tune into the contest, there's no guarantee that we will be on it. See, there's another preliminary that NBC's making us go through.
And even if we make it, they get to claim that they have a bunch of genuine American heroes. And I hear Julia sing that word, hero. And I wonder who that guy is. Because I don't know a single one of us that feels like one. That's just a word that someone pins on you. I think most of the time, I think the wrong guy came home.
Right, hold on. That's enough of the sappy speeches for one night. Besides, that's my department. Now listen, who needs NBC when you've got Cleveland? How about a big parade? You paid your dues, and we owe it to you. So listen, for the past few weeks, everybody at my club and at the Blue Wisp and at the Pavilion have all been paying a little extra cover charge. And the guys here at the VA have all chipped in.
Darn right.
And now you've got it made. So this is from Cleveland with Love. 4 rooms at the Hotel Astor, reserved and paid for, and 7 tickets on the Cleveland Limited Pullman car, first class. Knock 'em dead.
Take the moment in and remember here and now as the starting point of how we will conquer New York City.
Buddy, do you realize we are on a first-class train and the world is our domain on the way to New York City?
It's the same aspiration shared by thousands of civilians. It's that mythic location where they go to make their millions.
So, buddy, it's traditional, and we take our place in line with the rest who hope to shine in the lights of New York City.
On the journey to get there, we've got swell accommodations.
Crystal glassware, I bet they're gonna keep filled with libations.
Brother, it's the fantasy, and we're living it in style. Getting closer by the mile on the train to New York City.
Rochester, Syracuse, Schenectady, Albany, Poughkeepsie, Yonkers.
Tiny, did I owe you one? No, I owe you 2 or 3. Without you, I would not be
Going into New York City, New York, uptown, baby. You got all in New York, right this way.
That is a hell of a view. Wow, I'm not gonna sleep with all those lights.
This hotel's got the biggest beds I've ever seen in my life.
You won't be in it. There's a bar downstairs.
Well, is your view better? No, it's the same, I'm telling you.
What about Jimmy and Donnie's
We
room?
can see down 45th Street, but the best is Julia's.
Oh, let's see it.
Now, a lady doesn't let just anyone into her hotel room.
Enough hotel rooms. Let's see some nightclubs.
Hey, remember, tomorrow is a big day, so don't do anything stupid.
Brother, make the most of it. There was only one first time.
And tonight's the first time I'm on the loose in New York City.
Easy.
It's a special occasion, the fulfillment of a vision.
We should plan our invasion with our military precision.
Buddy, we're unstoppable, like a Keshi Gershwin song, like the giant ape King Kong on the top of New York City.
York. I love this city! Hey!
They've got more art than Venice, Broadway shows with Ethel Merman.
And the cabs are a menace. Could have used one on a German.
Brother, get a load of that. Tell the others I got lost.
Better ask how much she'll cost. Nothing's free in New York City.
You've got clubs overflowing with sunland remedies and starlets.
And hot horn sections glowing. As are all the whores and parlors.
All the rich and the haughty and the entourages with them need a place to be naughty and a band to give them rhythm. Hear that band, hear that band, hear that band. With a million other guys who are hoping they will rise to the highest of the highs, playing endless sold-out nights with a crowd at their command on a towering bandstand in a band in New York City.
Oh, you still know how to be a gentleman and walk a girl to her door.
Yeah, well, it's harder than it looks.
Hey, you're being very respectable.
No, I mean that last martini made it harder to walk than it looks.
Right.
Hey, so what say we all do lunch at the Edison before going to the studio tomorrow?
Or Sardi's. Oh, I have always wanted to go to Sardi's.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. Let's do that.
Well, good night.
If we were in an MGM film, we would kiss and walk through that door there. If we were in a radio play, we'd admit we're friends, but there's more there.
If we were singing Hammerstein songs, we could fix all the wrongs in a row. But this is life, with the heartache it brings, and we know that these things take time.
If we were in a Hemingway book, we would laugh and drink till the morning. If this were a ballet, then I might sweep you off your feet without warning.
Or film noir with a dangerous affair, I would ask if you'd care to stay. But this is life, and I'm wondering if we should play it a different way.
perfect nights of celebration.
Hotel hallway brief flirtation might be overrated.
Life's more complicated. We could write our own take on it.
Or leave well enough alone. Shake on it.
Shake on it. No one planned for a moment like this. There's no perfect script that provides us words to say or the answers that might overcome the past that divides us.
Movie stars with the passions they feel, somehow in the last reel, you know.
That's right. But this is life, so at least for today, we should probably say good night.
Well done, fellas. Well done. We'll be letting you know by tomorrow night.
Says here you're at the plaza, correct?
That's right.
Paula, could you have the next band start setting up, please?
Absolutely. Donnie Nova Band! Donnie Nova Band, we're ready for you. Go ahead, take your places.
Thanks very much. Tom, it's Nick Radel.
Nick, how are you, old sport?
Did you fellas make it? Are you in?
We find out tomorrow. Hey, tell you what, you root for Illinois, we'll root for Ohio, and we'll both make it to Sunday.
Deal.
Hey, we should have lunch tomorrow. I'm over at the plaza. Ring over.
I'll do that. So good to see ya. Stuck-up prick.
This is the Donnie Nova Band featuring Julia Trojan.
How do you do?
Here we have our director, James Haupt, and of course, you know the program's host, Mr. Andre Baruch.
Oh, it's such an honor to meet you, sir.
What's the name of your tune, son?
Love will come and find me again. It's music by me, lyrics by Julia here.
Now listen, we're running behind, so just give us a verse, chorus out, or chorus, bridge, chorus out, whichever.
Sure thing.
All right.
Yeah, guys, just the last chorus to the end.
Go ahead, whenever you're ready.
2, 3.
Trouble is the more you deny, the more you don't even try, the more the world passes by in a soon you find you don't even know how many years you let go. The chance is wasted in so many ways.
Guys, I'm sorry to stop you. That's great. That's good. That's a fine voice you have there, miss.
Thank you.
And it's really a terrific tune.
Thank you.
Look, it says here you're all veterans. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
All just back?
Yes, sir.
And the young lady?
My husband was in the 37th Infantry. He died in battle.
My condolences, ma'am. You know, we have a few vets here and there in some of the bands, but nobody's walked in here with everyone having served. That's really something.
Yes, sir, it is.
This is a story folks can really get behind. We want you in the broadcast, and because of the military angle, we're putting you up last. The finale.
Mr. Haupt, thank you so much.
You really mean it?
Yes, ma'am. So, go have yourselves a swell couple of days off here in the city, and we'll see you Sunday.
Thank you.
Paula, go ahead and have them sign the release forms now. Put us ahead on Sunday.
Now, these forms are the releases that allow us to broadcast your song. The name of your song is Love Will Come and Find Me Again, and you two are the sole composer and lyricist?
Yes, ma'am.
Very well, then. Sign here, both of you. We'll see you Sunday at the Palace Theater. Use the stage door on 47th Street.
Thank you.
This is your copy. No, and congratulations.
Thank you. So long, gentlemen.
All right, who's next?
We're up to Texas, the Boogie Woogie Wranglers.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Dang. Well, good thing we're sponsored by aspirin.
Did you see him? No. do?
Please don't wait in the wings. Only the next band up should be out here.
We're the next after the
Please, just keep this area clear.
We checked all the other dressing rooms. He's not here.
I don't understand it. What did he say after the microphone
Well,
check?
he had to take care of a few things, but he'd be back by showtime.
We got him. He's here.
Jesus, Jim, what the hell are you trying to
Donnie,
pull?
I'm sorry. You've got to see this.
Why are you? We were worried sick.
New York Public Library, law section.
Oh, for God's sake.
We are on in 2 more numbers.
I know, Donnie. When you gave me the release form this morning, I
Jimmy,
had to
we
look a
got
few
a
things
tune.
up.
We
and
got to get ready. There's not time.
Donnie, listen. You should have shown me this form earlier. Look. This clause right here.
What?
It's the underlying rights to your song.
What's that?
You signed away the rights to your song. And this clause, they're only obligated to use us as walk-ons.
What?
Wait, I don't get it.
It means that if we go out there, NBC and MGM will own your song outright. And they can have Frank Sinatra or anybody else sing it in the picture, while we fake playing along in the background like a bunch of monkeys.
No.
And if you ever want to perform the song again yourself, you pay them royalties to do it.
Did all the bands have to sign this thing?
They must have. I don't think any of them understands what they've signed. That's what they're counting on.
What are we gonna do?
You can't just give your song away. We can't go out there, Donnie.
Damn it!
I say walk away, Donnie.
You can say I came, I saw, I said, fuck it.
Hey, I'm with them. Let's just go. Screw these people. All they want to do is use our uniforms and wave us around like flags. We're not props, Donnie. And we are not for sale. We've already given them everything we got. We are goddamn United States veterans, and they wouldn't know real sacrifice if it slapped them in the face.
That's what we got to do. We got to slap him in the face. Julia, do you remember every original word that you wrote for Welcome Home?
Yes.
You could sing it right now.
Donnie,
Can
I
you
don't-
sing every original word that you wrote or not?
Yes.
If we go out there, we got to play something that they would not dare put in a movie. We got to play something that Bing Crosby or Frank Sinatra would not have the balls to sing. Because in 5 minutes, we could be in every living room in America, and we could let them hear what we go through every goddamn day. So let's tell them the truth. Let the guys who made it home know that somebody out there has got their backs. Welcome home.
You're talking about a suicide mission.
Blow it up. Yeah, blow it up.
Donnie, are you sure? We could be blacklisted or worse.
Now, we've all been through worse. This is no naive Hollywood dream. It's a gutsy risk we'll be taking. Times like this, you hold on to what's real. That's the honest statements we're making. I'll march back into battle once more if I'm fighting it for what's true. What happened over there? That's true. And what this band means to all of us is true. And what I feel for you, Julia, it's true. No matter how tough it is, no matter how much time it takes, I need to be with you. And that is true. 'Cause this is life with the craziness of the reality of the necessity of being madly in love with you.
Our final group of the evening hails from the great state of Ohio, featuring a band of heroes representing the Army, the Navy, and the Marines. Yes, folks, each and every one of them triumphantly back from the war. And wouldn't you know, their soloist is a young lady who carries her gold star as proudly as anyone could.
She sings tonight from Heartbreaking Experience a song called Love Will Come and Find Me Again. I'm sure everyone listening joins me in the certainty that her brave fallen soldier up there will hear her every word. So, without further ado, I invite you all to welcome to the stage the Donnie Nova Band featuring Julia Trojan.
Okay, Johnny. Faster. 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 Come on. Now sing.
Johnny made it home, most of him at least. Had 3 operations, but the pain has not decreased. Nick learned to survive, means you never trust. Once you've seen the worst in man, then how do you adjust? Davy cracks a joke, claims to be alright. Drinks a 5th of vodka in his kitchen every night. And I stand here trying, like Mother Mary, with my private burden, a brief to carry. Welcome home, my boys. Welcome home, my sons. Welcome home, my husband. Welcome home, my loves. Welcome home. Welcome home. Wade is never free. Schedules out his day, filling every minute just to keep the ghosts away. He could never get back the life he had, faced with racing kids who did not recognize their dad. Jimmy made it back to town 4 months ago, lives to tell of things no one could bear to know. Keeps his guard up now, a lot goes undiscussed. Focuses on fighting what he finds unjust. Welcome home, boys. Welcome home, my sons. Welcome home, husband. Welcome home, my love. Welcome home. Donnie does his best, trying to pretend what he doesn't talk about won't matter in the end. Donnie made it home but thinks it wasn't fair how he made it out but left his body there. Donnie doesn't sleep because the nightmares come. Donnie wants an answer, Donnie looks for absolution, and I'd give up anything if I could give him some. And I stand here helpless, my arms extended, knowing full well, darling, your war's not ended. Welcome home. Welcome home, my husband. Welcome home, my love. Welcome home. Welcome home. Welcome home.
The Donnie Nova Band, ladies and gentlemen. What an extraordinary evening of surprises this has been. Our director this evening has been James Haupt, and here he is now with the judge's decision on which song and its talented creators will appear in a new MGM motion picture musical. Thank you, James. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Bayer Aspirin American Songbook of Popular Music Tribute to the Troops song competition is...
It's hard to believe it's up on the big screen.
Yeah, that was memorable.
And Sinatra sounded just like I thought he would.
No one's gonna see this turkey.
Congratulations, Illinois.
Yeah, bravo, Chicago. You know, I was under the impression we were the losers.
Excuse me, Mr. Nova. I am awfully sorry to bother you, but could I have your autograph?
Sure thing. What's your name?
Betsy. I recognized you in there before the lights went down.
I hope you don't think we're rude leaving before the end.
No, not at all. It's a real stinker. I have your newest record.
Oh.
Hi. I love your voice, Miss Trojan.
Thank you.
I'll be at your concert at the Rainbow Room tomorrow night, you know.
So folks here in New York let their kids go out on the town alone.
No, they're coming with me. They love you just as much as I do.
Yeah, ain't that swell?
You know, me and my family will never forget hearing you on that contest last year. It changed our lives. So, thank you. Oh, my father served.
Well, give me that back. Okay, you bring this to the stage door tomorrow night. They'll let you and your family back, all right? I'd like to meet him.
Yes, sir.
Bobby socks are sewn at my arms, backed up by my brothers-in-arms.
It is them! It's the Donnie Nova Band!
Oh, no. Nope.
Chicago's Chez Paris nightclub is proud to present the kickoff engagement for the nationwide tour of the boys and girl that have captured America's hearts. Direct from their sold-out run at the world-famous Rainbow Room in New York, it's the Donnie Nova Band!
Out of my way, find somebody else who gives a fig what you say. Discipline someone out there. Last time I checked, you were not my birthday.
Hello, Atlanta! We love your southern hospitality!
Philadelphia, you do show love for your brothers!
You know, I keep telling them to go play someplace else, but they just keep coming back. Cleveland welcomes home the Donnie Nova Band, featuring Julia Trojan!
You know who tells me stop? You know who tells me you don't have what it takes and you will never reach the top? You know who tells me stop? Nobody.
an orchestra, ladies and gentlemen. What a sizzling tune. I can't say for sure, but this contest may have just been sewn up. Once again, this is Jean Ann Ryan, your host for tonight's broadcast, brought to you by Bayer Aspirin, just in time for the holidays. Our last contestants are 6 of our boys just home from the war, and a young lady whose husband gave his life in the Pacific, with a song for all the Gold Star women out there, the Donnie Nova Band, featuring Julia Trojan.
Hi there.
Hey.
Reunion.
Love it. I am so excited to talk to you guys. It has been 3 years, and I feel like it was yesterday, and I am just as obsessed now as I was then. Tell me, what was it like for you guys to watch this back? Are there things that you forgot that you were like, oh yeah, that's amazing? Or were there things that you hadn't been able to see because you were in the show that you were like, oh, now I'm really glad I saw that?
Yeah, it was kind of an out-of-body experience getting to see it from the front, because when you're in it, you don't know what it looks like. And I remember there absolutely being things that I never knew happened. Well, like while I was costume changing, or yes, whether I was downstage, things were happening behind me that I never really actually saw. And that was super cool. And what I thought was so brilliant with the live capture was that Andy got to help edit it the way that he wanted people to see it. You know, it's like you're able to do that on stage with lighting in certain ways, but you're still seeing the full picture. And with this video, he could allow it to be cut to really cool dance moves that he wanted to make sure everyone saw, or great acting moments or acting scenes or reactions or things based on what was captured, those 2 performances.
It's fascinating in a lot of ways because and we sort of Andy and I think Rich and Rob, we kind of discussed this at one point, but you know, the theater is an actor's medium in a lot of ways. Like at the end of the day, it's us on stage that's been crafted with a directorial vision and a lighting vision, all these things coming together. But at the end of the day, it's us on stage that is delivering it. And this was this beautiful combination of the 2 because, you know, we shot it over a few performances and then the team edited it together. So while we were executing it in an actor's medium, it's capturing an actor's medium and putting it into a director's medium. So there is this, ultimately in this version of what you just saw, it is Andy's and the editors and producers' vision of what they want to give all of you guys to watch. And I felt it actually exposed and revealed a lot of things about the piece that the piece is a very intimate piece at its core. And that's one thing I think we learned about the out-of-town tryout at Paper Mill Playhouse was how it works well in an intimate, it can work well in an intimate setting. And so this allowed for a much even more intimate, I don't want to say quieter, but closer look at the piece. And there's a lot of really subtle moments that I think sometimes can be lost in some ways because you're in a theater and there's a lot to look at. But what was successful, I think, about the movie is Andy and the team chose what they wanted us to look at. And we were allowed, therefore, as an audience to see these subtler moments that are ingrained in the piece. And there's so many beautiful layers to the piece that even just one viewing in the theater, you have to go back multiple times. So that's another thing. I'm glad people can watch this over and over and pick up little things that they hadn't noticed before.
I was kind of selfish and very lucky to be able to be involved in the editing of it, and was selfish because what I thought was really important is that we all know that theater is a collaborative art, and just like when there's an orchestra playing and there's, say, 15 people in the orchestration saying the same thing 15 different ways, that's what we do all night in the theater. The lighting designer, the costume designer, the actors, the orchestration, it's all telling a story coming from different angles. and then they charge forward. And I think a lot of times when shows get captured, because you have to make a singular choice of where to look, a lot of those collaborations get shortchanged. And I think what was really important is to see those side angles of interpretations that informed something else. And so even if it's as simple as like a dance step that leans forward so that Donnie or Julia is feeling pressure, it's important that we show that lean forward. A, because it's better storytelling, but B, because you know what, a lot of people kill themselves to make a show, and every person's output is valid and important. And so I really wanted to show the most subtle moments as well as bigger, wide moments, because I wanted to get as close as we could, because like Corey was just saying, this cast, but also the show works so great, macro and micro, big to small.
I mean, the show opened April 26th, 3 years ago, 2017, for our Jacobs Theater. Crazy. And I'm wondering, but like before you got there, you were talking about, you know, the Paper Mill Playhouse out of town. And Andy, I'm wondering, the first time you read the script, what was it that drew you to it? What made you think I have something to offer this story?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a lot of things. I was very flattered to hear from Richard and David Kreppel and Rob, and you know, they came to me from the very beginning saying, we think this has a director choreographer vision, which was flattering to me because I believe dance is a wonderfully rich tool. And for a writing team to say, I think that rich tool can be used here, that meant a lot to me. I'm passionate about the 40s and 50s too, but I'm passionate about everything there, the music styles, the dance, the fashion. But maybe, especially now in hindsight, thinking about it, maybe what I'm really preoccupied with is all these folks came home from a huge event that stirred them up so much that very few of them knew how to articulate. Very few of them knew how to process. And so then we turn to things like music, like we turn up music loud to get lost in the music, or we turn up music loud and just dance in order to try to find an answer for something we don't have an answer for. And that is what's happening right now. And in the same way, swing music, the same thing happened with hip hop music. And so that idea of being a part of a wave where lots of people didn't have answers, but they were hell-bent on diving in with both feet to figure it out, like that's a really moving thing to me. And so there seems to be, to me, in this era, a lot of muscle, a lot of heart and gut and passion. And yes, there's thinking, but there's this guttural thing that everybody needed to figure out. And swing music did that. And from the beginning, you know, it's always a privilege to be included from the beginning of a process. So the early stages with Rich and Rob was exciting because we turned the show upside down and then re-upside down and then upside down and then re-upside down like 15 times. And like, thank goodness for something like Paper Mill, because we learned so much. And so it's a gift to go on the journey of making something brand new. And it's an even bigger gift to be surrounded, to have an entire team together who has the same priorities of both storytelling and also that selflessness of just not having an answer, but knowing you want to say something.
So Richard and Rob, that makes me want to ask you, did you guys see it visually unfolding as you were writing it, that it would have such movement? And what was that exchange like in terms of process between the two of you as writers and Andy as a director choreographer?
The whole idea for the piece really was about looking at Golden Age musicals, because we were dealing with Golden Age storytelling beats. I thought of Andy from the beginning. I've known Andy since the 80s. And I know, and I have always seen Andy in my imagination and in my vision of our friendship as Gene Kelly. So I've always known him as an unbelievable tapper and a classicist. I've sort of pictured him in a weird way, this is going to sound bizarre, but sort of frozen at time in the 40s or the 50s. And so, in fact, when he busted out with In the Heights, I was flabbergasted because I didn't know that the guy even knew about music past like 1955. I didn't know, you know. And so there was no question that this was written really for him. And he and I knowing each other for so long, we would, you know, we'd bump into each other. We toured together for a while. And we were like, oh man, we're going to do something together. We're going to do something together. He's like, man, one day I'm going to direct and I'm going to choreograph and we should do something together. And you kind of think it's like, yeah, that's like, you just say it. But then when Rob and I had this idea, I was like, you know, I'm going to call Andy and I'm going to say, after 30 years, it's not going to be a joke. It's going to be a real thing. And you damn well better say yes, or I'm throwing myself off this balcony.
You know, Bandstand is not a nostalgia piece.
No.
Even though it's set in 1945, it's not nostalgic at all. And that everything we were doing, even though it was set in 1945, was coming from this contemporary perspective in many, many ways. And I thought that was part of the magic of our collaboration, was that that clicked with him right away.
Well, you know what's interesting is that one of the things that's been really moving to me in the past few weeks, when like not a play on words with Bandstand, but I've been trenching up like with my family. We've trenched up to stay safe and to figure things out. I've been spending my evenings recycling through thousands of hours of video of me in the dance studio. Because when I go in with an idea, I riff, and there's like 10 completely wrong ideas that sort of lead to the one that's going to stay in the show. And those 10 that are from right field are actually really telling, because they were how Andy walked into the dance studio that day. And so, and then eventually I found the most right thing for the show, but along the way there, I found other things. So like what Rich and Rob were just saying, like there is something about the 40s. Like I used to talk about Justin Timberlake a lot in parallel to Donald Novitsky. And so literally I would go into the dance studio and I would imitate like Justin Timberlake being Donald Novitsky. And that would lead to things. And so like one of the things I found this week was me riffing on the music and me diving into the thickness of like Nobody, or some of these really ballsy low songs. What I would do is imitate so many people. I would imitate Fred Astaire. I would imitate Dick Van Dyke. And so I say all those things because a time like this also reminds you that what we do and what we are has come from so many things.
Yeah.
And so Richard and Rob say, our jumping off point was the Golden Age musical. Well, guess what? So was mine. So was Beth's probably. We jumped off of the things that we aspired to. And so I took dance class with the boys from West Side Story in the film West Side Story, because they were my mentors.
Speaking of the authenticity, I wanted to talk about for a minute. You guys were the first stage show in history to be certified by Got Your Six, which was all about authentic representation of the military in our art. I know that there was a lot of research that you guys did. You did roundtables with veterans. And I'm just wondering if even now, 3 years later, when you're sitting outside of the story, if there are interactions that you had in that research that still stick with you, pop up with you every now and then. Beth, go for it.
I can never pass a veteran again without saying thank you or acknowledging, or because I feel like I know part of them now. I feel, which before I didn't, I knew vets and some of my relatives, but now I feel like I knew something really personal about them. So I feel like I know them. So I always go, thank you for your service. And they're like, oh, thank you. And that's when it's interesting too, we were talking about the magic that everyone here has created, how it resonated with people that are on their iPads, that how many young people came to see this show over and over and over because something in its authenticity, in its storytelling, in its the satisfaction of relationships in the swing music and the brilliant choreography and directing resonated with them. And that's what's so exciting about being able to see this capture. I mean, and we all get to go back and see it again and again and again with this capture. So I just want to thank you, magic makers, and I'm sure all of us in the cast feel so blessed and it's special to be a part of this amazing, amazing story.
Beth, you have the unique position that you were in another show in between that like very much had a social message for today that was being told through this contemporary lens, but it was a very different style, obviously, like the over the top musical comedy.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm wondering if having embodied Dee Dee and having been playing around in that world, then you look back at this story that is more grounded in reality, or just having the two experiences juxtaposed in your brain, if it makes you reflect on Bandstand in a different way.
it's all based in truth, whether you're Dee Dee Allen at the prom or whether you're June Addams in 1945. And it was great to be a character, to explore that, my mother person, my mother actress, and to be surrounded by, you know, have my daughter be Laura Osnes, my scene partner. You know, that's the show holds such a dear, dear place in my heart. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
What's really interesting to me now, whether it's our situations today or just me now understanding the bandstand world more, is that the toll is taken on everybody. And I think part of what's really exciting about this piece is that there's a lot of people on the home front where we're seeing their pain, and their pain is no less, it's just different, and it's hidden in different places, and it's hidden under different things. And I think that's a really important part of bandstand also, that you see the wife who lost something, and you saw the mother who lost something. And frankly, I always said to a lot of people that this isn't just a PTSD musical, and it's not just a veteran musical. A lot of people go through really difficult times, and we must believe that something is on the other side. We must believe that something can heal our soul, whether it's psychotherapy or music or the inspiration of a poet. Things can get us through to the other side.
We were surprised to find that our core constituency was very young, particularly young ladies and young men in high school and college. And I think it took us a while to figure it out why it was, but the piece deals so much with truth and trying to find a way to speak truth and trying to fight through pain and find a platform to speak that pain or to express that pain in poetry, in music, in dance, or writing in your journal, or vlogging, or texting, or whatever everybody's trying to do. But the young people they're passing through that period where they are trying to scream at the world in a lot of ways. And I think that seeing a character like Beth's mother have a moment in the second act where she sits down and sort of really speaks the truth in a way that I think young people wish their parents would speak to them. And then of course the climax of the show with Laura's characters standing on national radio to every household and screaming her truth, you know, and standing up for these guys and what's wrong with the world at the moment. I mean, for several years now, so many artists and young people feel like they just want to yell at the machine and, you know, find a way to get that out, and to watch someone like Laura Osnes stand on a stage and do that they could empathetically live through that moment with them and empathetically live through what Corey's character was going through, or if you're female, empathetically help Corey in a way, that character. We just found that people were sort of avataring through these characters.
It's hard to navigate life when you're young, and it's hard to navigate life when you're injured. And so we're lucky to be able to help.
So the show was so singularly special, I think, going back to your initial question, that it felt like we were all a part of something that was bigger than ourselves. And the process of creating it together, having those conversations with vets and having veterans backstage that said for the first time they were proud of their service, and hearing those stories together bonded us in such a unique way that we were able to bring into our performances. And thanks to Andy and Richard and Rob for creating those opportunities for the band specifically and Mama Beth to get to be in on those things, because I think we're spoiled now. Corey and I have said it over and over again. It's like we will never have an experience as gratifying as bandstand because of the rehearsal process and those stories we got to hear and bring truthfully into the performances we were giving every night. I don't think there will ever be anything as rewarding or fulfilling as getting to do this show and play those roles. I'm like, we're spoiled. Like it's all downhill from here. So
my favorite song is Right This Way. And the moment right before that, and to get to see, Corey, your face in that moment as close as we do, and Laura, your response to his trauma in that moment, if you guys could just what was going on in your head every night in that moment?
I got to see it every day, and I was astounded by Corey Cott every day. And all I had to do was just watch him and just react and be normal. That was just real every day watching you, Corey. It was brilliant.
Oh, man. That to me was just
one of those moments that it felt like it was like my being alive, or like the moment in an actor's career where they just get the beauty of the story, the songwriting, the direction, the choreography leading up to a certain moment just works really well, and the weight of this character's baggage just finally breaks, you know. And I never got tired or frustrated or anything negative with that moment. I looked forward to that every single night, just because it was from a selfish standpoint, it was just pure catharsis.
Because people can watch this more than one time, they can get to the end of this interview and go back again if they wish. What is something that you want them to notice?
I in response to what you said earlier about Corey said earlier about the Wayne transition with the gun cleaning, that I think is one of my favorite moments in the show. And you know, if these things in our brains are like little twigs and they snap, like that's what happens a lot. Lots of things crack in that transition. And so like I love when all the men line up behind Wayne and all of a sudden the person way in the back, just one person claps. Like that was the last thing that he was holding on by a thread, and that thread just broke. I really love that.
I don't know if this should apply to Richard. One of my favorite moments is in the show is This Is Life, the moment between Corey and Laura's characters where they realize that the MGM Golden Age musical choice to make would be for him to just sweep her off her feet and walk through the door and everything's resolved. But that's not the way it works. And the strength that it takes for those two characters to admit that we're not there yet, that we have a lot more to work through before we can get there. It's just, it encapsulates what we were trying to say with almost the entire show.
I do have, my favorite scene was always the scene actually after that piano push where Corey has put my poem to song, to music. And I always looked forward to that scene every day. And I think it's Julia's first moment of joy that we really get to see her feel like something else completes her. He completes her in that moment, that thing she's been hungering for and missing for 2 years. And we finally get to see them laugh together. Like Corey, I love you, like hiding behind the sheet music. And like, it makes me laugh. I still have like visceral memories of that moment. And that was always one of my favorite scenes.
I just want to say one thing about generally watching it. I just noticed how freaking amazing our ensemble was. Mm-hmm. And like, yeah. I want to go on and on about Laura's amazing performance and the band and all of that, but the ensemble and the thing about Andy that's so brilliant is Andy uses an ensemble better than anybody I've ever seen in revolutionary ways. And the ensemble in our show is just committed in such a way that it's really, really overwhelming and really inspiring, and it makes me want to go back and do it again because they're just they hold the show up in this way, like the pas de deux in the second act with Max and Jamie. Like there's the ensemble is just so good and so committed, and it really held us all up in this amazing way that was just how a musical should work.
I'm just glad that this is happening because, like I said, I know what I'm doing for about 24 hours is watching and on replay.
Watching myself.
No, it's so nice to see people not in profile, because when I wasn't in my dressing room, I would spend so much time trying to watch and watch the dancers, and to actually see your vision of this, and then to be asked to watch this specific beat or moment. It's really, we are so lucky that this was filmed. Mm-hmm. This was captured.
Thank you guys so much. This was obviously my greatest joy of the week. So everybody stay healthy, stay safe.
You too.
Thank you, my family.
Thanks, guys. See you guys.
Bye. Bye.
We were fascinated by shows like American Idol and The Voice and America's Got Talent, and this kind of obsession that America seems to have with fame and instant celebrity. And then we tried to think of an era that would be very evocative to set that same idea in, and the swing era just seemed natural.
Yeah. Swing music really was like the hip-hop of that era, and really actually similar and parallel to a lot of musical styles today. The hip-hop beat, the sense of music that has something bubbling underneath that is attempting to articulate a social unrest that a lot of the people of that era were feeling, especially younger people. They were dancing and singing and listening to music that was helping them process things that were difficult. I talked about Justin Timberlake a lot to the writers because I feel like Donald Novitsky is making music that's brand new, and so that the young people and older people, they're all attracted to this new driving pulse.
Here we go. From the beginning, you're going to be as far away as possible.
So the period was very exciting to me, and I've never really worked in a piece in the 40s or the 50s, so I really wanted to work in a piece of that style.
You've got clubs overflowing with some celebrities and starlets. Boys and hearts, all the rich and the need a place to be naughty and a band to give 'em rhythm.
Donnie's a fictional character, but Donnie's division, the 37th Division, is called the Buckeye Division. It's a division made up of people from Ohio and the Midwest region. And that division actually fought in Bougainville and the Solomon Islands in the Pacific.
You know, doing research about what the guys experienced during World War II and, you know, the vets who fought for our country, and I think it's really important to know all of that. I had pictures all over my dressing room of vets at the time. We found a photo that represented Michael. We made a dog tag for him, all that kind of stuff, just to make it real.
That's what I leave with, just kind of knowing what it was like for them to come home after World War II. Like my dad, you know, they were very private about that. And I think this story peels away some of that privacy. And you understand what certain people went through coming home from a war. And it's really nice to know that we're shedding some light on their story.
Every show we dedicate it to someone that has served or someone that has supported someone that has served. So a wife of a military member or someone that has served that we know.
Don McQueen. 1, 2, 3.
Don McQueen!
Working with Laura and Corey has been very moving because they're almost criminally talented people.
3, 5, 6, 7. Yeah.
Are we connected here now?
Yes.
I was so fortunate to meet Corey, and he's such a dynamic performer and works as a great collaborator, a great partner to follow my vision, but to helpfully ask questions.
What if we circle the other way?
And Laura, I've done a couple things with. I mean, Laura is just extraordinary. She has a timelessness that's really beautiful. And so the partnership of working with both of those actors was really great.
Letting go of what might have been. There are two main challenges that come to my mind about playing this role in this show, and one of them is vocally, just the stamina of singing the show. It's a big sing for this character. She starts in kind of a head voicey, mixy place, and then by the end goes to this belty jazz singer place, and experiencing that arc every night is a challenge, but also really exciting.
So we have some actors who played instruments young, and we've sort of brought music back into their lives. We have some musicians who have always had an acting bug or a theater bug, or who have a good voice. And so we're helping them learn about the theater and about the discipline of doing 8 shows a week and investing in character. So it's a really great opportunity for us to find teamwork, actually, between the group, because they have to help each other out. Jeff Packard, the trombone player, tells about how scary it was for him to go out and have to play the trombone in front of people, and how frightening that was, you know, in a similar way to the trumpet player in the show. Like, he's never done anything like this as an actor. So it's a great sense of partnership with each other.
I took lessons for a couple years as a kid, and I totally hated it and wanted just to play sports and do other things.
This is great.
Am I
still pushing that one?
Am I? Oh.
Yeah, you are.
Oh,
drive!
Right. I had to completely relearn how to play the piano, from just sitting down and plucking out, you know, a C major scale, to learning key signatures and times, everything in musical theory, everything like that. By the time we've opened, it'll have been probably 7 months of diligently playing every day for at least 3 hours.
Now we're at our tuning call, and these lovely gentlemen are playing their instruments, warming up for the show. Joe Carroll, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, they're all playing live.
They're such good actors, and they can pick up these instruments and play it with such professionalism. I just sit on the floor and have a free concert every rehearsal.
It's a story about vets, it's a story about politics, it's a story about our own history, but more importantly than that, even to me, is that it's a story about art healing the soul. It's saying that you can be lost, you can have confusions and things that you don't understand, but so often music and art helps us find a direction, find a vision of a world we'd rather be in. That says, you know, sometimes there's things that are broken underneath. Sometimes the foundation of a country is a little bit cracked, or the foundation of our heart is a little bit cracked, having lost somebody. But that if you deal with the stuff, even if it's a little ugly, you deal with the truth, that you will find a better avenue, a better place to go. And I think that's the prevalent theme in our show. You know, we will, as people, as couples, as families, go through hard times, but we must believe that something better is in front of us, and that we'll be able to capture it.
And they're waiting to hear our song.